Moonies. Welcome to the Sailor Moon Fan Club podcast. I'm your host, Victoria L. Johnson, and I'm here with Eunice Ibama. She's the founder of Black Girls Anime, your favorite anime auntie, Black Clover Stan, and of course, a Sailor Moon fan. Hi, Eunice. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm just chilling now.
That's good. Hey, that's always good. So, what was your first memory of watching Sailor Moon?
Oh, I feel like, oh my god, I feel like anytime I tell the story, it's just too funny. I actually like snuck out. So I used to live in Queens, New York. I grew up on Guybrush in New York, and I actually caught Sailor Moon as a kid. I woke up really, really late. Everybody was sleeping, and I think like that's the first time I figured out I had insomnia. So I got up and I went on TV. And I put on the TV, and then I was just flipping through channels. You're a little kid, you don't really know what you're doing. I just came across this magical girl, and it was during I swear it was during her transformation, and I was like, "Who was this?" And I didn't know, because I was like, you're really little, so you don't like know anything. And I'm just like, I just stood up all night and I was just watching it, and and then when it went away, I was sad. But like after that, I was hooked. I was addicted.
Yeah. Do you know what episode it was?
To this day, I don't know. I don't even know. I've seen Sailor Moon so many times, from I've seen like the Dick version to the Viz version to the Crystal to all of that, and I still to this day don't know. But I feel like it was just one of her transformations. Like it could have been like, because it was it would have been in the 2000s. So Sailor, it would have been probably like the first season, and she was transforming. Maybe she was going against Queen Barrow or something. But I'll never forget seeing Sailor Moon for the first time.
That's so cool, because I always hear like, that's the first time I've ever heard someone saying they watched it at night. Like everyone's either in the morning before school or Toonami. So that's dope.
Dude, I don't even know why it was on that night though. Cause Toonami started late. So I feel like, cause when you're a kid, you got like really early bedtimes. But I've always been a night person in my whole life. Like I always stay up at night, and I would like even as an adult now, I do my best work at night. And I don't know why it was on that day. I don't even understand how I even like saw it. Like it was just like, I just remember seeing that transformation. I was like, what is this? And then I like, you go up, you wake up every time the same night to see the same thing happen again, and you forget about it. Then it comes back to you as you get a little bit older, you understand what it is, and boom, now you're addicted.
Did you go back and watch it every night, or was it just like that one time and then like later on you figured it out?
No, I would go back and watch it, but then like I think it like stopped coming, and I just like forgot about it, and then like like I was like 6 at the time, so I forgot all about the whole entire situation, and then I moved to Minnesota, and then it was my 5th grade year. I remembered it all of a sudden, because I remember decorating, like how back in the day, like you'll go to the library, and that's when they had like color printers.
Oh yeah.
So what I would do is, for some weird reason, it just came to me, and then I was like, "Oh, hold up, what is this?" Like this, it was like pictured in my mind so much, and I like went on the computer, and I like typed in like all these things, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, "Oh wait, oh yeah." I just started printing like crazy. Like I remember I got in so much trouble that day. I printed off like so many colored pictures, like because like how back in the day, how like when you would print color, it would still be kind of wet. So when you push your hand on it, it'll transfer to your fingers. Dude, you should have saw how my hand looked that day. It was crazy.
Are you the reason why we can't do free printing at the library anymore?
It must be me. I had to have been the person, because when I tell you, like I went on a crazy like binge. Like I like started printing like crazy. I just couldn't stop. Like I just kept saying print. And like I feel like the most iconic one that every Sailor Moon fan knows is that one where it's like, it doesn't even really look like her, but she's like in white, and it has like all the characters behind her. And it's like this, like, I have to find the picture, but like, I feel like that's like the most iconic, like everybody printed it out. Everybody had it in their locker picture. Like I will never forget that moment.
Is that the one with the Sailor Stars behind them?
Yeah, they had the Sailor Stars, Darien. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I had that poster, and it was so funny because I never like even registered them in that poster, and never realized like I've never seen these characters until I watched the 5th season. I was like, oh, that's them.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh. I didn't know who the hell those people were, but I knew who my queen was, and I was like, and I knew who Darien was, because I only knew Sailor Moon through Serena and Darien. It was later in life that I learned that her name was Usagi and Momoru. Like, like that was later, but like as a kid, they told us our name was Serena. So like I was so silly. I was like, when everybody's like, well, what are you gonna name your daughter? I was like, I'm gonna name my daughter Serena because that's my favorite show.
No, that's honestly that's still me because like I'm like Serena Williams and Serena from Sailor Moon. Like you can't
Boom.
get better than that.
You really can't. Those are my two
Like,
favorite people in the world. So I feel like that's
exactly.
my child's name already.
Yeah, yep. I completely agree. Yeah, that's probably what I'm planning to because it's just dope. But yeah, I had that same poster. I used to print out a bunch of stuff of Sailor Moon and like other anime and just make your own posters. So yeah, I get it. That's fun. What was the next anime that you got into after that?
Oh my god, I've seen so much. I believe like it was like Kodacha, and then it was just like by the time I got to sixth grade, I was already well into the anime world. So I was watching things like Kodacha. I was watching things like not Gookin Alice. It was this one anime that to this day I still laugh. It was about this girl. I think maybe I saw this when I was a little bit older. But it was about the girl Yukazawa. She was like a daughter. Her grandfather was like the Yukazawa boss, and she wanted to be a teacher. And she went to high school to be a high school teacher, and she like started teaching delinquents. And I'll never forget that anime. Like I like the name. It's in my head. It's like Guken something. But it's in my. I can look it up right now too, but I don't feel like doing that. But I love like those are the ones like I watched. Like I watched so many like '90s like Aishi no Ceres. I was watching like Fushi Yugi. I was watching. I watched like all the like things that I if I had a kid I wouldn't want to watch have them watch. Like I was watching so much like mature Jose. Like I was watching Kaleidostar. I was watching what else was that? Because it's like when Comcast. I don't know if you had ever had Comcast. Remember when before it was Xfinity? It was like Comcast and they
Yeah.
had like free anime. So you would just I would sit there and I would even do my homework at times. Like I would just sit there and watch TV and then like I'll let my mom and sister go to bed and then I'll come out and I'll watch that or I'll watch like Vandred, which was so inappropriate. Vandred was like my first ichi hentai like style anime and I was so scared that if my mom caught me watching this, I would get my ass whooped because I like stole the DVD from like the library. I don't even know why our library even had it as a DVD. Took it from them because I was like, oh, I want to watch this. I went home. I popped it in. I saw big titties. I saw girls basically naked. I got excited. I'm like, "Oh, this is crazy. This is
Yeah.
this is madness." So I pop it into the DV thing, and I'm thinking everybody's asleep. You know, like everybody should be going to bed. You know, this is my time to go watch this dirty stuff. And then all of a sudden, my mom pop up at the screen, and I tell you, I had to I turned off the TV, and then I like powered down the what's that thing called, the DVD player, and I was sitting there, my heart's beating. I thought she was about to turn on the TV because she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I'm here to get water.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the dark. I'm here to get water. I don't know what my heart was racing that day. I remember like sitting there. I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was hyperventilating. So I was so scared because I was like, did I power it down or like is the big boob girl still bouncing? Like I didn't know what was going on. So I've like watched animes for so many years. I've seen so much. My mind is
How old were
crazy.
you then?
By the time I saw Vanity, I think I was 13, 14. Like I was really young because I didn't get into I remember I was 13ish because I was watching Aishi no Ceres when my family had went to like an event or something, and by the time they came back I was crying in my room. My mom was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Because the girl in the anime." She's looking at she looked at me, she's like, "Are you stupid? You're crying over cartoons." And I'm like, bruh, this is sad. Like oh my god, like I've been watching anime for so long. I think like once I got out of fifth grade and I realized it was what it was, it became such an addiction for me. Like I like would sit there for hours. Like I would even do my homework at time because like I was on that website Gaia. I don't know if you remember that one.
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh, Gaia was where like it was like Gaia was like where you go if you're an anime fan. Like I was in all these chat rooms. That's why I was like in the chat rooms. I was in like a messaging board. So like at 3 in the morning, let me tell you, I was crazy because I did not sleep. And like I would go on messaging boards and I would talk about anime to strangers. God only knows how old those people were because they did not know I was 13. But
Yeah.
because I was up. I was always up.
Right. Yeah, no, I remember definitely going into like AOL chat
Oh
boards and
yeah,
like
dude, now we're
talking to
showing our
people, like
age.
pretending I was not whatever age I was. I'm like,
Dude, those chat rooms used to be spicy. I remember I was like the same time I was watching. That's why I brought up Vanders. Like the same time I was watching that is when I like first discovered like hentai, but I didn't know it was hentai. To be fair,
right.
you know, everybody starts. I feel like everybody's first hentai is usually like Black Bible. So like that was like that's what this chat room like. Oh my god, my mind. It was I was such a bad kid. Don't be like
My
me,
first.
everybody. Be better. Don't do what I was doing because I was just anime was such an addiction, So
Right. Yeah, no. I still my first hentai was I think was it called? I thought it was like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. I was
oh,
like,
that one I
I was
saw
like, there's a
that.
crossover. I was so hyped. I was like, there's a crossover anime between Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z.
Oh
Oh, it's
my god.
lit.
Oh my god. I remember that. I will never forget that. I'll never forget the trauma that brought my soul. Watching
So much trauma.
watching like Sailor Moon have that happen to her. I felt so violated. Like they
Yeah.
really violated Sarita. Like that's how I felt. Like I was like this is so wrong. Did I
Yeah.
watch it? Yes. Did I enjoy it? I laughed throughout the whole thing and I kind of was sad, but I was like, damn, they really violated Sarita by doing this.
Trauma.
It was some real trauma.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, like Eunice said, don't be like us.
Yeah, don't be like us. We were wildin'. We were some wild kids. Some wild nerds.
Yeah. Oh, what do you do? 2 years later, you started Black Girls Anime. How did that come about?
Oh man. Oh, see, I started Black Girls Anime like in a dark time. Like I was so I started 2017. How old am I right now? 24. I was like 22 when I started Black
Okay.
Girls Anime. Yeah, and I had gone through such a dark. There was like so many darkness. My mind had gotten really dark at one point, and I was just going through a lot. And I was on Facebook that this random ass day, and it said, "Hey, do you want to start a group?" And I've never seen that. Like I was like I probably like I always think it's like some like divine intervention because I was going through so much darkness and my mind was so a mess at the time. Like I was contemplating so many things at once. And I was on Facebook randomly. I was in my house in my computer and he said, "Hey, do you want to start a group?" And I'm like, "A group? What's that?" So I like typed it and I kid like everybody's like, "Oh, how did you come up with the name Black Girls Anime?" I was like, what do I love more than anything in this world? Like, if I was ever to leave this world, what I would miss missing? And it was like, I love my family, but I'm not gonna make a group about my family. That's boring. I like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, the only thing I really care about in this world is anime. Like, anime has been such a driving force in my life. So I was like, you know what, Black Girls Anime. I never thought about it. I was just like Black Girls Anime, and I like clicked on it, and they're like, make your profile picture. Guess what my profile picture was?
What?
Sailor Moon, but it was a black Sailor Moon.
I love
It
it.
was if you like my page has is so overwhelmed now, but if you go to the first post I ever made, it was a black Sailor Moon and then a whole bunch of black Sailor Scouts, and that was my profile picture. That was my header, and I was like, damn, okay, I have a group now. And I would go on there and I would be talking to myself. I didn't have nobody talking to me, but I would talk to myself. I would just like write like, this is the anime I'm watching, or I would like watch. I would like type in something like, you know what, I'm gonna just post a picture, and then like, and from that, even with all the darkness of my, because I was still like, I don't like to tell people a lot about my life, and like a lot of things I went through, but I was still thinking about these dark things, but like it was this page that like kind of was an outlet for me almost. So
Right.
I like did it, and then I met Shaniqua, who's been with me since the like basically the beginning. Cause Black Girls Anime is me predominantly, but I have a huge team. Like I have so many, and they're all black women, which I think is like the greatest thing ever. And they're like my sisters. Like I have Shaniqua, Bree, what am I saying? Mia, Chantel, Rochelle. I have Kim, and I have like all these people that are like it's just a lot. So Black Girls Anime when I started, it was just like an outlet for me. It was just like a way to express like myself because like I didn't have that. I didn't have the outlet. I just wanted to meet other, and then I ended up like, okay, what am I gonna do with this? I was like, oh, I want to meet other black people that watch anime, and then I started meeting more black people, and black, especially black women in general, because I at the time anime was like something I thought I was ashamed of, not like ashamed like in I was ashamed to let other people know I liked it, like because my friends had made so much fun of me, and they were like, oh, you want to be Asian so badly, and all that extra shit. So I was like, fuck it. Oh, sorry. Can I curse on here? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay,
Good.
good. Cause I felt like really bad, but I was like, whatever. Like, I'm gonna just express myself. This is the only way I can. And like, it's since then, it's been like the greatest outlet. Like, this is an outlet for me. Like, people think that I do this for like, I don't know. Some people tell me some crazy things, but this is like my biggest outlet. Like, this is my joy. This is like my pride and happiness. Like, which is crazy to like think out loud, but like the people be like, well, why can't your other thing? I'm like, no, this is like my pride and joy. Like I put so much pride into this. So yeah. That's it. That's the story of Black Girls Anime.
That's dope. So it started off as a Facebook group.
It did. It started off as, well, actually, it started off as a Facebook page. It started as a
Oh,
Facebook page, and then it went into an Instagram, and then after Instagram is when I made the group. Yeah, that was the order. Yeah, I went to a group, and then I made a Twitter a year later. I didn't make a Twitter the same year because I didn't know about anime Twitter. Actually, I didn't even know anime Twitter was a thing.
right.
So until I randomly popped up on Twitter, I was like, my first tweet's gonna have to be a good one. So I was like, what did I say? What was my first tweet? I think it was like, oh, Naruto's better than Bleach, or something around that line,
Right.
or something like about something that was like gonna shake it up. And I was like, because I didn't know that. I did at the time. I was like, what is anime Twitter? Like, I've never heard of that in my life, and no one had told me. So I just went on Twitter. I was like, Black Girls Anime needs a Twitter account because I need some place where I can just be talking and just to be myself. And then I got into anime Twitter, and now I'm a part of it. And now I'm scared. And now I'm like, damn it, why? Now I'm in it. I didn't even know it was a thing, and I didn't even know it was a thing until like the next year because I was so. Oh my god, anime Twitter has been. I love anime Twitter has been both a blessing and a curse. I remember when I went viral, they were dragging me, and I was like, "Y'all are crazy."
Yeah, that's the thing with Twitter. It's like it's just one big comment section.
It really is because like you can be going to sleep. You'll go to sleep. You'll post something and you'll go to sleep. You don't even think about it. You wake up in the next morning. You got people sending you hate mail. You got people telling you that you're stupid. And then like you can post something that's like super positive, and then you'll get all this. Twitter is just Twitter. I love it though. It's
Yeah,
addicting.
it is. It is. Yeah, it's great. So did you ever like now like on Twitter you got like 16,000 followers. You got like great
Bruh.
on Instagram like talking about things going viral overnight. Like
Bruh.
how does that feel? Like did you ever expect it to get this big?
I swear to God, on everything I love, I didn't. When I first started this, I was talking to myself. I never had any expectations. I didn't have any thoughts, goals. I didn't have anything. I was just like, I'm a black girl who's loved anime her whole life and was ashamed of it for so long, and I'm gonna use this as an outlet to finally just be myself and be my real self, my authentic self. Like, not just this, like, everybody in my high school knew me as one person, like this like loud, rambunctious, like in your face, like aggressive person. And I'm trying to like I'm still that way. I was always myself in high school, but I hid like the biggest part of my life, which was anime and gaming and manga and all this other stuff that I was into. So I was like, I did not expect it to blow up. I didn't expect people to like have any type of like bond to me. I didn't think that people would like, like connect with me on the level. Like there was so many people who used to be like would message me, like my DMs and all platforms are ridiculous. I talked to so many people about like this, like they're like, oh, thank you for sharing yourself, because like when I look at you I would never think that you're an anime fan. And I'm like, really? And that's why I made that, like, that's why my pin tweet is there, because I always got that comment, especially when I started showing my face and how I talk and kind of how I look and just like how I appear. People were like, this one girl messaged me. She's like, you remind me of like this girl that would like bully me in high school. And I'm like, wait, what? But it wasn't like I was like,
Yeah.
when people see me and how I talk and how I am, I look like, assertive, aggressive. Like I look like I'm a really like, I'm a in your face personality. Like I'm gonna tell you how it is and I'm not gonna hold back, which is how I am. But I love anime, which was so crazy to me that people. So I never knew this. When I tell you, like, I didn't associate anime with a look. I always just thought like, oh, everybody liked anime. Like, you can look like however you look, and you gonna like anime regardless. But like, it wasn't until I got onto social media was when I was like, oh damn, do I not look like? Is it because I don't uvu all over the place, and I ain't kawaii enough, and I'm not cute enough? Like that's what those are the thoughts that would go through my mind when people would say I don't look like I watch anime, or I don't look like I would read mangas. I'd be like, am I not cute enough? Do I not look soft? Do I look too hard? I always like relate to the girls that everybody be like, oh, the loud ghetto girl with hot Cheetos and 7 a.m, because that's who I was. Like, not that I was like, I don't consider myself ghetto, but I was super loud, and first of all, hot Cheetos are phenomenal. The fact that people clown hot Cheeto girls, like, you're tripping. Hot Cheetos with some sour cream and nacho cheese sauce, that shit flame. That's fuego. Are you kidding me? Like, and like people would like say like, oh, that's what you look like, or that, and I'm like, I don't see that because I know who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why this blowing up of like, well, I have like it's not only black women or black men, it's all types of people. Like I follow back countless people now because Black Girls Anime is it's always gonna be for black women. I'm always gonna be my sister's champion. I'm always gonna be my sister's brighter and protector. But now I've noticed that like when girls that don't even look like me say like they relate to me, or when girls that who are they really don't look like me. I mean, I'm talking like ethnicity wise, race wise, and like they're like, we relate to you, like we understand, like we get it, like we didn't, and they tell me things like this. I'm like on Twitter, like my Twitter DMs are insane to me. Like honestly, it's weird that people who don't even look like me can say to me like, "Oh, I relate to you and I understand you and I get it." And they're like, "You know what? We follow you not only for the news or follow you for this, but we follow you because we like your personality." I'm like, "Oh, for real? Say less."
Yeah.
Say less. You know what I mean? So like I've been blessed. Like that's why I'm saying like I did not think this would pop. That's why I feel like it's so genuine to me. Like I feel like everybody's like, "Oh, you're such a genuine person." I'm like, "Yeah," because I dead ass did not strive for this. I never said, "Hey," I never asked for followers. I never asked for people to like me. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna be myself, and I'm gonna make mistakes. If I make a mistake, I'm the first person to correct myself. I'm the first person to make an apology. If I tweet something that's offensive, because I didn't like. That's what I'm saying. Like Twitter has taught me things that I didn't even know. Like like these non-binaries and they, him, her, all this. I didn't know these things because like I didn't grow up in that culture. Like I grew up in an environment where it is what it is, like whatever. But like I've learned and I've grown. I feel like because I've taken all these things and I'm not ignorant. I mean, everybody has a little bit of ignorance in them, but it's best that you learn from them. So like Black Girls Anime it went from being just about anime, like it's taught me so much. So now I feel like I've really grown, like as a person through this community that I've built. So I'm very blessed.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's lit. I love everybody that messages my page. I love the people who hate my page. I love the people who I love everything because it's funny to me. It's fun. I love it. I love people who argue with me. I love people who want to banter with me. I love people who just want to tell me good morning. Like I'm like, hey, what's poppin'? Like,
okay, Cardi.
You know what I mean? I'm just a regular schmegular girl from Nigeria, born. What's up?
Yeah, I feel like those videos too you do when you're like dancing in front of your manga collection to like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like those get like I don't know if they get the most like hype, but I know people love them. Like I love them. Like I think that's like where the authenticity. This girl just being herself. Like you just like free. Like this is me. Like
Bruh.
there.
On God, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like who would have thought? Like me finally expressing myself, because I feel. And I feel better. Like I personally, like my mind doesn't go like there are times like there's days where it will slip up and a dark thought will come, but like honestly I feel better. I feel way better than I felt 3 years ago. So I'm always happy. I'm grateful to everybody, like, cause like they don't understand, like they're like they've done a lot for me. They've done more than they know. So I'm always grateful.
How did you think to start doing those dance videos? Or was it just?
Man, I kid you not. I'd be so shy. I'd be feeling like, damn, I don't know, like I don't know how I be looking. I feel like I be looking kind of crazy. But I don't know. I know, like everybody's like, I'll be like, but sometimes I like get into my head. Like, we all have our insecurities. We all have like I would be doing a disservice if I sat up on this and lied and said, "Oh yeah, I'm confident as hell," and like when I post something, I post something. Hell no! Like I'd be nervous. I'd be like, "Oh wait, do I look a little fat here? Do I look a little big here? Does my face look weird? Am I making a weird eye contact thing that I do sometimes?" Like I gotta like. That's why when I post a video like that, I'm like, how do I look? Do I look kind of crazy? Like, do I look good? And I'll sit there and I'll like judge. And I'm very in my head about things. Like, I'm like, do I look good? Do people gonna think I'm fat? Like, I don't know. But I'm getting better. I just like, what? It is what it is. Shoot, if I look crazy, I look crazy. Somebody's gonna like that. So I say less.
It's hard. Like, there's a bunch of unposted selfies in my phone. So.
Same. It's the same.
I get it. And the other thing too is I noticed you made it Black Girls Anime and LLC, and I thought that was dope because it seems like you got future plans for it.
Oh yeah, man. I have so many. I'm always working. I'm always thinking. I have so many things I want to get out this year. So well, I we just got approved for our party that we're having at DreamCon. We're having like a
Ooh,
little, it's like a little hour, so like get to know me, get to know my team, and I'm a type of person where I'm very bougie. I'm very, I like to do the most. So I already have like a spending limit. Like I already have like an idea of themes. So if anybody that's coming to DreamCon and wants to like hang out and like eat free food and just well, free sweets. I'm a sweet person. I love dessert. I feel like that's why my hips are so big because I eat dessert like crazy. Like I love cake. I love ice cream. I love cupcakes. And like so that's the kind of like my theme is like sweets, and because that's really who I am to the core. Is I love sugar, and I feel like I'm a sweet person until somebody crosses me. But I'm really sweet in general. So yeah, I have a lot of plans for Black Girls Anime. I have a lot of things that I want to do. A lot of things I want to accomplish. I have a lot of things in the works right now. It's just hard when you work a full time job. Oh my god, and they don't want to let you free.
yeah, I hear that. Yeah, well, DreamCon's in June.
Yeah,
It starts,
June. I believe it's June 3rd through the 5th.
I think that, or the 5th through the 7th, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
major
think it's
thing.
one of those.
Yeah, yeah. Dope. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited, man. I'm excited as hell.
That's gonna be a fun time. So back to your manga collection for a little bit.
Yeah.
Which manga collection do you have that you like treasure the most?
Oh my god, dude, they're all so precious to me. Okay, so Maya Shingo is like one of my top, and I mean top, creators. For she writes more of like smut jose and like really like intense scenes and stuff. And I was reading her back in the day when I did not know that reading scanlations was illegal online. I was, shout out to Manga Rock for being everyone's first, scanlation. I mean, we all
Yeah.
grow up though, but thanks for introducing us to anime. And so her series, Karen Phrase, is like discontinued. Got discontinued many, many, many years ago. And I promised myself that when I finally got, because I grew up with a single mom, so I didn't wasn't for, and I had some mangas, but then I had to go. It was a long story, but I said always promised myself like when I got older and I finally started making money for myself, I would have the collection of my dreams. So the first thing, and I already had some mangas, but the collection that I like treasure the most out of all my stuff is Karen Phrase, Maya Shingo, because I finally own all 18 books. I own all of them. I have spent so much money finding like perfectly conditioned books. Like I am obsessed with Maya Shingo. I have like a whole thing about her. Like I'm so obsessed with her. And then I have two. Is that okay if I share the second one?
No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. And then like the other one that I'm like I literally cry because I still don't own the whole collection is Ikino Kiss. The creator ended up unfortunately passing away a long time ago. So the story really didn't end. They kind of gave like it just never ended. So right now I only own like one, two, three. I only own 6 out of 10 books, and they're so rare, and people are selling them for like $100, and like it's insane. Like, cause like the company that produced it also is gone. Like and like
Right.
a lot of my books, people are like, oh my god, how do you own this or how do you own that? And I'm like, a lot of my stuff is discontinued. Like they do not exist anymore in the world. Like if like people, a lot of people don't sell their mangas, and the people who do sell their mangas, how dare you? I could never personally. But oh shit, I forgot. I have one more. All right, this is my last one. I promise. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then this is my last one. I promise. My last one that I actually should treasure the most because like let's get real is I have Ito from Junta Ito. He's the one that creates all those horror, like the really popular and really like everybody knows like Uzumaki Tommy series and like GTO or GYO. I'm sorry. I actually have a signed manga from a sign. He signed my Uzumaki book, and it's like my pride and joy. Like it literally, I look at it sometimes and I'm like, damn, I really met this man, and he really shook my hand. I mean, that shit's crazy. You know what I mean? That shit's crazy. Like I was like, I died. I was like, what was happening? That shit's crazy. But yeah, I love it. It's crazy. That's the only ones. Yeah, those four. Yeah, it's hard to pick when you have such a big collection.
It is. That's why I was like, I see your collection. I'm like, this is like,
It's
I'm just like
it's
inspired.
oh my god. You know what's crazy though? It's worse than it looks. Like, people are like, oh, that's all. Like, every shelf has books behind it.
Oh
Every
wow.
shelf has a book behind it. So like people are like, "Oh, that's all you have," and I'm like, "I promise you,
Hmm.
it's worse than this." Like, let me. I have to go to IKEA. I have to like. I want to. I have to go to IKEA. I have to get another one, another bookshelf. I have to. I want to start collecting figurines next, but I'm okay on that one because I saw the price of
Yeah.
those figurines. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, they get up there. I wanted to start collecting Funko Pops, but I'm like, I can't. Like, once you start, it just
I
there's
heard
money
that once
stuff.
you start those, you can't stop.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I was like, well, I'll just get the Sailor Scouts, but I'm like, but then I'm gonna have to get like that's already like 15, you know?
Yeah.
Like you get all the scouts, you gotta get Tuxedo Mask, Mini Moon, then they can probably come out with the villains. So I'm
Oh,
like,
they
no,
really should.
they should. They
That
should.
that would be that
So
would
I've been
be.
told to get a Big Barrel Funko Pop.
Oh wait, they have one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that somewhere. I feel like I have seen that, or maybe I did dream it. I wouldn't be surprised.
They probably do have it. Oh, they do have it. I just googled it. Oh, okay, see, I'm already starting. I gotta stop. And then the last thing, so I don't know if you remember at the end of Sailor Moon, she would do like a Sailor Moon says
Yeah.
phrase. So if you had like one piece of advice, like a Eunice Ibama says,
I
what would it be?
would say be yourself and be yourself forever. Be yourself for yourself. Honestly, I feel like people always just say be yourself, and I was like, all right, okay, but I always tell people be yourself for yourself, because at the end of the day, though, the only person that you can make happy is yourself. Like, I just want to tell anyone that's out there, my sailor says, my unit says, is be yourself for yourself and yourself alone. Don't be yourself for nobody else but you, because you take care of you. You know yourself the most. You know what you like, what you don't like. So you do things to impress yourself. But no, seriously, like, I really do believe that the only person that can make you happy is you. So just live for yourself. Live for yourself, and that alone. That's my advice. Live for yourself.
Thank you so much
Of
for joining the
course.
Sailor Moon Fan Club podcast. Where can Sailor Moon fans find you?
Oh yeah, y'all know where I am. I'm just kidding. No, I'm on. I can never be serious on anything. No, but I am on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I have a Discord. I have two Facebook groups. You can all find me on Black Girls Anime. You type Black Girls Anime on to any, honestly, all major platforms, and you'll find me. And if I'm not there yet, and you need me to be there, I'll be there. There we go. Now I'm out.
Oh, I like
I'll be there. Turn that into a whole
I was
theme
like,
song.
I'll be around.
You're right. Be like, call me when you need. Wait, what's that song? Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
anime auntie got you. Then I have a whole theme song. Call me. Okay, let me stop before we make this a whole another hour long, and they're gonna be like, all right, we gotta go.
Just songs.
The song's out. She's doing it.
No, it's cool. If you want more songs, you can follow me at Miss Old School. It's Old School with a K. You can follow the podcast at Moonies Club on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, if you want more song and dancing, you can follow Black Girls Anime. And thank you again for being on the show. This was so fun.
Thank you for having me.